This is your part 4. They said it's around 1.5-minute long video and around 5 questions. So let's see what it is. It's going to be a news article. They're saying you will hear a news item about a unique medical procedure. Take your notebooks, get set ready. We are going to make the notes now.
Scientists from Bionic Vision Australia reported that they were successful at implanting the world's first artificial eye. This eye is a very small computerized device that allows patients who lost their eyesight to have some vision. Diane Ashworth, who lost her sight 10 years ago, was the first of 3 patients to receive the device. Dr. Allen states Diane's early results are very promising and expects 2 more patients will receive the eye by the end of this year. Meanwhile, Diane Ashworth spoke to reporters about the moment when scientists turned the device on. She described it as an amazing experience and told reporters she hoped that 2 other patients will have similar results. Diane has not regained her full sight yet. She is only able to see shapes, such as the outlines of objects, and to detect movement. According to Dr. Allen, who installed the device, the present device is just a prototype. The prototype will be switched for a much better and clearer artificial eye in 3 more years.
Now let's test you guys. I'm not going to give you a recap of what was there in this news item, and let's quickly move to the questions. This is like this one, so you have to select one out of the 4 options. So as you know, what was the news about? It was about a medical breakthrough, a new device which they have inaugurated or they have discovered. It was something with their surgery, with the eye, the kind of device they are getting for it. They're saying before surgery, Diane was unable. So as they were mentioned that she was not able to see with either of her eyes. They said with the prototype, Diane won't be able to. What they won't be able to do? She won't be able to see details because they said for now she's only able to see a few shapes and different things, but not all the details, right? And they said Diane's prototype will soon be. They're saying replace whatever she has in mind that for the whole life she won't be able to see everything perfectly. They are saying they are working on it and they will get it done. Because what they said, there are other 2 patients with whom they have experimented, but they have not received their prototypes yet of what it is going on. So this section is a little, I would say, which needs your most attention. So the time you get here is more. So up to you. If you are done quickly, you can go. So it's the you watch a 2 minutes. So the part 5 as a 2-minute video you watch, and there are around 8 questions which you guys need to answer. They are saying you will watch a discussion between 3 people at a cafe. They all belong to a conversation club where some members are improving their English and some are improving their French. Interesting. Take your notebooks and get ready for writing the notes. It's a 2-minute long video, so let's see.
Well, that was a good session, eh? All 24 members present, 8 conversation groups of 3, a full house. How'd it go for you, Diane?
Our group spoke French for more than half the time. 40 minutes of French and 20 minutes of English. But hey, I'm not complaining. I need all the French I can get.
Hey, your French is just as good as mine. Keep practicing. A few more weeks and you'll sound like Nicholas.
Oh. And remember, it's even harder for the allophones here.
Allophones?
They're people whose first language isn't English or French. Like Marta, she's an allophone. She grew up speaking Ukrainian, then she learned English, and now she's trying to pick up French.
She's amazing. Her French is way better than mine. She said her friend wants to join.
That makes 6 new members who want to join, and they're all allophones. Problem is, we can't ask people to start bringing their own chairs. Maybe we need to look at a bigger restaurant.
We should just limit the membership to 24. Can't we start a wait list? There's enough turnover. Colleen and Liam are going back to Germany next week.
The thing is, if you put prospective members on a wait list, they might just join a different club. I know from working at the community center, wait lists are unreliable. You can have 6 people on a wait list. When you call them, none of them are interested anymore. So when people ask to join, we should let them in right away. How about meeting at a separate location on different nights?
Well, if all the new members are allophones, maybe we should change the format. Right now, each conversation group has one native English speaker, one native French speaker, and one allophone. But maybe in the new location, it should just be for allophones.
No, we need to mix them in with native speakers like we're doing now. The allophones kind of inspire the others by their example, and they're great translators. For the next little while, we'll just have some groups with 3 and some groups with 4 until we get more native speakers in. We'll need to find a second location for a meetup on alternate nights. Some people can meet on Tuesdays and Saturdays. The new group could meet Wednesdays and Sundays.
The interesting one, they covered a lot about the groups, how they were thinking to divide them up. They were showing that whether they should have a big classroom size, small ones, should they need to mix like the 2 groups, or they're saying either to add a waiting list for them because their turnover is good, or they're saying for few or like out of 3 out of 2 groups, they 2 are having more number of people as compared to the third one, which is not as much as like the other ones. And then they are thinking about like having a second location, and if second location they are having like they can have meetups on the different days. So let's see what the questions look like. What is the main topics being discussed? So you see they are saying that people are growing every day. The number of students who want to learn first, second, third language, they are getting increased every day. So what they were deciding on how they can handle that growth and how they can grow, whether they should grow, whether they should expand to second location, or whether they should stay on the same one. The next one is, in this discussion, what were the 3 speakers mainly doing? What they were doing were, they were considering the options. They were telling like these are the options we have, what we can. There was nothing regarding to encouragement, estimating their numbers, or disputing. No, they were looking at the options. The third one is, which saying would the man in the sweater probably agree with? So you remember that man who was wearing the sweater. So what he said, like, small is beautiful and less is more. This is the line he agree upon. And the fourth one is, what best described the women's attitude to Marta? Obviously, they were saying it's a very good lady, genuine lady, and she really loved. So she was admiring that lady. They're saying who must be the best speaker of French? Who do you think is the best speaker? So as per me, making a guess there, the man who was wearing a sweater was a good speaker. He was looking like a native one. Guessing what is definitely true of the club's allophones, what they are saying. They are saying the number of people who are trying to learn the third language, the allophone ones, they are more. What do the women and the men in sweater disagree on? Keeping the wait list. Remember, the one said we can keep a waiting list about 6 time or so, but they were against it. And the last said, what does the man wearing short sleeves agree to? They're saying starting meetups, additional meetups at a second location. So you see, while you're watching, while you're looking for part 5, you need to see what the persons are wearing because they can actually use it in your questions.